We're running a little bit early somehow today. I don't know how that happened. Usually we automatically run late, right? Come on. You come here, Stavro? Any other kids? Come on up. Okay, this time I'm going to sit down with you because otherwise I'm going to feel like I'm way too tall. All right. So did you hear the gospel today? So, don't answer right away. Who are we talking about? Did you hear? Did you hear the story, or you want me to tell you again? Would it be good if I told it again just so we're clear? So there was this guy. His name was Zacchaeus, but let's call him Zach. Right? You know anybody named Zach? Okay. And Zacchaeus, Zach, he was a short guy, right? Maybe not as short as me sitting up, but certainly not tall, right? And Zacchaeus was just minding his own business. He wasn't really a good guy, though. He made money off of other people, and he took other people's stuff away, right? But he heard Jesus was coming, and he thought, well, this is something I haven't seen before. This guy I want to see. So he went out to see Jesus. What do you think the problem was? Well, everybody else had the same idea, so they were there to see Jesus too. So what happens? There's a big old crowd, the street is crowded, and there's Zacchaeus, short little Zacchaeus, stuck behind all the people, jumping to try to see over people's heads, right? It's kind of funny. So he can't see Jesus, and that's the only reason he left his house, because nobody really liked him, because they saw him coming and they thought, oh, he's going to take my money away. So Zacchaeus got smart, and he decided, I'll climb a tree. There's an advantage in a tree. Nobody else is there, so no one's going to be mad at me, and I'll be able to see Jesus. And that way I'm out of the way, I can see what's going on. Make sense? Sure. So he climbs the tree, and it's working perfectly. He sees Jesus coming along, and the disciples coming along, and all the other people who don't like him, they're down below. Nobody's bothering him, except, well, Jesus walks towards the tree and stands under the tree, and Zacchaeus is like, this is odd. And then Jesus looks up and says, hey, Zacchaeus, how you doing, Zach? And he's like, how did you know I was here? This is embarrassing. I've been caught up in a tree. And Jesus says, come down, because I'm coming to your house today. So what does he do? Well, he comes down. What are you going to do? And he brings Jesus to his house, and he gives him dinner, and they sit and talk. And in the course of all of this, Zacchaeus starts to change. Before, he'd been mean, he'd taken people's money, he didn't really care who liked him and who didn't. He was just a short guy. No one ever gave him any room. Why should he give them room, or whatever? But Jesus comes, and he talks, and he's gentle, and he sees Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus' heart changes. So at the end of the dinner, it's funny because the gospel doesn't say Jesus ever told him, Zacchaeus, you're not being a good guy, now you need to change. It doesn't ever say that. All it says is Jesus saw him, told him, come down, and he went to his house. And at the end of the dinner, Zacchaeus stands up and he says, Jesus, I'm going to fix my life. I'm going to give, if I ever took money from anybody, if I ever cheated anybody, I'm going to give back 4 times what I took. And I'm going to give a lot of my extra to the poor. And Jesus says to those around, you see, even the tax collectors can be saved. Remember, he also is a son of Abraham. He's also called, and let us rejoice, because today he came back. He stopped being Zach, that jerk, short guy who takes my money. Now, he's righteous Zacchaeus. And Zacchaeus tells us one more thing. Any idea what that might be? What do you think? Well, Zacchaeus always comes early in the year, January, February. And when we see Zacchaeus, it means Lent is coming. You ready for Lent? Are you ready for Holy Week? Are you ready for Easter? Ready for Pascha? Time to start getting ready, because Zacchaeus is here. The short, mean guy has become a saint. So, let's get ready. For now, go back to your families, and we'll continue the liturgy.